was when I literally had picked it up from the container cleaners after it's being released. Part of the process of getting a truck from overseas, essentially. I did a bit of a really quick walk around on that, just sort of, going through my first impressions and a few things I guess I spotted, and it was literally the first time I saw the truck. But I thought I would do a video on, just do a little bit more of a detailed walk around of the old girl and what it's all about, what I've found since getting it home. It's been, I think, 2 days or 3 days maybe. I got it on Friday and today is Saturday. Sorry, no, I got it on Wednesday and today is Friday. Whatever that is, 2 days. So, yeah, I will get myself set up and we'll go for a bit of a walk. Okay, here we are. So, what do we got here? A 1967 F250 crew cab. So this is a 1 year only in terms of, there are a lot of changes post 67. So 68 on trucks had, quite a few small changes. Grille, badge on the hood, dash, floor on the driver's side is actually different. The floor pressing. Look, there's actually quite a few. I won't go through them now. This is not that video, but what this video is essentially showing you now that this truck is home, what it's like, what I think of it, just a bit of a walk around. So let's start at the beginning. The truck, well, let's start at the front, I should say. Look, everything is as it was described, as it was in the photos. There's absolutely nothing that was hidden or changed. So shout out to the guy that I bought it off. His name's James Dixon, so I'm not sure if that's the right thing to do, but the transaction and the guy was a legend. So I think a shout out is in order. I mean, especially when you buy a truck, they're not cheap. It's overseas. Obviously, I'm in Australia. It's really expensive, sight unseen. So, to be honest, I was probably a bit of a pain in the ass to James. He was probably a bit sick of me at the end, but it's just, I asked a lot of questions because you're buying something sight unseen, and that's a lot of money. So, what do I think of the truck overall? My first impressions, I'm stoked. I'm absolutely stoked. The truck is actually, the main thing was the rust for me. Given that the truck came out of Ohio, that's where I bought it out of. I don't believe it actually started its life there. I need to do a little bit more reconnaissance on that. But I was worried about the rust in the truck, just from a few photos, or from the photos that I saw. It is actually a lot drier than I thought, and I'm super stoked on that, because anyone that's done rust repairs knows that rust versus dints is a pain, and the rust that's in it's actually quite minimal, considering it's a 67, it's a crew cab, especially around the roof area, and it's F truck, work truck, they got used and abused. So let's go through the rust since we're talking about it. So obviously we've got the lower front fender, common spot, that will need a patch, of course. The sills are amazing. I'll actually jump on underneath the truck soon, and I'll just give you a quick walk around or lay around from underneath there. Let me just get this out of the way. The doors are really good. I mean, obviously we've got a few spots there that need some attention, but overall, really good. Underneath the door, spot on. Sill, inner sill, Now this had rubber floor mats, of course, and this was, I didn't have too many close-up shots of this floor, and I was a little bit worried, or I was actually a lot worried about this whole area. More so around this dog leg where they normally go, and on the inside there. And obviously in this whole front section, this whole A-pillar section, lower A-pillar section. And it is actually really good. There's absolutely, excuse me, there's no rust here at all. I mean, that's just flaking off original body seam sealer. Yeah, there's a little spot there. Now, obviously the floor's got, there's a hole there. And for those that don't know, and I've only just found this out not that long ago, but 67 floor is different on the driver's side. These are just straight presses. The 68 and on have like a H section. So yeah, check that out. Which is so this is almost the same as the passenger side. So obviously I need some patching there. I've got a replacement floor for this, which is good. I took this chrome trim off just to see what was underneath, and again, really, really good. Super happy about that. Nothing up through here, that's super solid. Like all the gutters are actually, so there's a few, I mean, that's just discoloration, and that's one thing I want to mention right from, I guess, the start here is the roof. I actually thought, I was expecting the roof to be a lot worse. And I'm finding what it is. Let me see if I can get up here. I'm finding that it's actually just the color. I think it's the springtime yellow, the rust. What's the word I'm looking for? The color difference between the rust and the springtime yellow. It actually makes it look a lot worse, but there's nothing that's actually through. I mean, you can see there, this seam seal is popping out. So, and underneath, let's see if we can get that out. Contrast, that's what I was looking for before, contrast. So yeah, the contrast between the rust color and the springtime yellow make it look a lot worse. But yeah, it's really good. I mean, this will clean up really nice. I don't think many of these spots will actually come through, or will break through when I get the wire wheel on here. Obviously, I've got to take all that seam sealer out. It's actually cracking off pretty easily. But yeah, this part here, in the photos, I'm like, oh, and this is really bad. This is going to be, it's pretty dark there, isn't it? I can't really show you that. It's going to be all rusted through here, but man, that's not even through. I mean, there's a few bubbles on the surface, but I don't know if I could focus in on that. You can see there, it is good. It is really good. I don't even think that will actually come through once I get that wire wheel. Now, it's pretty much the same all the way through. Really superficial, despite what it looks like. So, anyone that's got a crew cab knows how stoked I am when you get a roof like this. The other thing that I did, I got a mirror and I checked out, unfortunately, side note, no headliner trim. So I didn't ask that question whether it had it or not, but I probably should have. So not James's fault at all. So if anyone's got one, I know that they cost a fortune, but anyway. So I checked out I got a mirror, checked out, and a light, checked out underneath the inner structure of the roof, and honestly, thumbs up, like awesome. There's like a little bit of surface discoloration rust, I guess you might say, a little bit like this, but it's not even scaly or anything. So again, I just thought that this roof was going to be actually a nightmare, and I do have a roof up the top there, above my red truck that's hanging on the wall. I was thinking I've got to use that or cut that up because that's a really nice roof, but I don't. So the roof is amazing. The rear doors, good. Bottom, I guess the worst part, the two bad parts on this truck are the driver's side floor and the rear cab corners. These are pretty shot. I've got inners and outers from Carolina Classic, so shout out to those guys. Rear door, driver's side. Yeah, man, it's like, look at that. It's so cool. Bang on. Obviously, they took the seat out. The guys from the container cleaning service or company took out the rear seat to clean it, which is actually nice of them. I guess they didn't want to completely soak it with water. So, but yeah, check out these steps. These are it's just mint. No speaker holes, and yeah, again, just superficial discoloration. Nothing that's through. Bed. Look, yeah, again, the bed. The front face here, it looks terrible. But yeah, it's really good. It's just discolored. Just needs a good wire wheel and some rust prohibitor, and just a bit of a process, a bit of a cleanup, metal reversing cleanup. Obviously a bit of a dip there. I knew about that. I've got to take these tanks out. Now, one thing that happened with my red truck, it had auxiliary tanks, and I found that the floor underneath the tanks were completely rusted, the flat section. So no doubt these will be the same, which actually is the same section as sort of that. So I'll probably fold up some of those, patch them up, or replace that corner floor. There is actually, I did notice a hole here somewhere. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, right there. There's a hole, so that needs to be patched up. It's like, look, you know, I reckon if this truck was left for another year or two, it would have been a disaster for. I mean, obviously everything's repairable, and you know, there's trucks that are a lot worse, but you know, saving a truck that has the little rust that this does is, you know, just means a lot. Rear door, rear step, again, just really nice.